That's a puggle.
That's a puggle.
That's
hey,
a puggle.
Everybody.
We are live with our special guest.
It's not John Cena. It's not John. I don't know another John.
It's John Dermott Hudson.
It's Big John. Joining us today, our special HHN guest, who's going to go to HHN for the first time this year.
We are going to see how he does with the houses, the scare zones, nightmare fuel, and everything in between.
John, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like you can't wait, you're going to drive down to Orlando tomorrow. How excited are you to go to HHN?
I would say about a 6 because of how much money I paid for it. You take that out of it, I'm at a 10.
Okay. So I'd say that evens out to about an 8, 8.5.
Yeah, I'd say 7.8 if I'm being conservative.
Okay.
What are you nervous about?
Hold that thought. Think about it. We've got some people to welcome. We have a lot of folks that are rolling in, joining our live. Josh, thank you for joining us today. Jody, Christine, I'm glad you were able to make it, Christine.
Javier.
Yeah, Stephen, thank you so much for being here. And also, Stephen is helping manage our chat with us tonight. So if you guys, shout out to Stephen for helping us out. Especially if we have a special guest here, so like navigating all of the new things.
There's a lot going on.
And let's see if John gets a good angle while he films this. It's going to be fun. So we're really excited to have you all. We are hyped.
There's a lot.
For Halloween Horror Nights.
There's a lot to, not to mention Christmas, since we were here last. We got Halloween Horror Nights, but there's Christmas also. We got Christmas updates and
Stop talking about Christmas.
We got the November.
Our buddy Tyler would be so upset.
I'm upset with myself.
We're doing Christmas in July in this household right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Fun
the Grinch.
Fun teaser. Ben is currently editing a Christmas video right now for you guys, just to get excited about the future season.
So I think we just get Christmas out of the way. November 12th to the December 31st will be Christmas this year. So, which is a strange thing because like the first OI meetup doesn't include Christmas.
It does not. First November OI meetup, just so we're clear. But Christmas is coming, but we cannot start celebrating that yet. I agree with Christine in the chat. She says it's too soon. Too soon.
But for planning.
For planning purposes, if you guys are looking to go during the Christmas time, we have some information coming out your way. And if you have questions about how to do Christmas at Universal, or if you want to celebrate the holidays, reach out to us. We're happy to help.
Or John. We can figure it out.
Yeah. Or if you want to jump through some hoops, feel free to reach out to John. He'll come up with something. Right?
Explain the November thing. It's not going to be Christmas themed?
Ooh, good question.
So the first one.
There's 2 November Orlando Informer meetups that people can choose to go to. The first one is the 13th, 14th?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's early in November, and the Universal holiday season doesn't start until the 22nd and 23rd, which is the OI meetup we have bought tickets.
So 15, 16?
Yeah, 15 and 16 if we're doing our math right. So if you're looking to celebrate that first weekend in November where the holidays are happening at Universal, book tickets for the OI meetup also. And you kind of get a double whammy out of it. John, you buying tickets?
We'll get through this financial.
I'm pretty sure. I think your wife had said she wanted to go back.
She did want to go back, John.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, if HHN didn't cost me my leg.
But
can't take it with you. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, if it's any help, John, Stephen Hatton, thank you so much for donating to help us enjoy HHN.
John enjoy HHN.
You know what, John? I'm going to buy you a Ghoul Juice now. Thank you so much.
You're a gem.
What was that?
That Stephen's a gem.
He is a gem. He really is. Thank you so much, Stephen. We really appreciate it.
Because we got to get John a lot of HHN food.
It's true.
This is going to be his first year at HHN, so he's got to get the food. Yes. He's got to get the drinks. He's got to see the houses. He's only got like 3 nights of HHN. So we have a lot to pack in for John during his time.
I don't understand why I have to pay for food. In OI, I don't have to do all that. You just pay.
Now, If you wanted to experience HHN with complimentary food included, there is a premium Scream night happening that does cost a little bit more, and the tickets are still available.
Not cheap.
So you want to move those plane flights, John? You can enjoy some free food at HHN as well if you go to the premium Scream night with us.
I've done enough with flights. I can't move it again. Already struggled with that.
Fair. Now, I see. Yep. Premium Scream Night is August 29th if you're interested in going. Ben and I are going to go. We're going to film our time there and share it with you guys because it's the first time Universal's ever done a Premium Scream Night, and we're very curious, like, will it be worth the price of admission? Do you think that we'll get our money's worth?
We're going to have to see how this goes. So if you guys have any questions about Christmas,
or Premium Scream Night,
or comments or questions for John, get to know him because he's going to be in quite a few videos here coming up pretty soon.
And I'll be pressing if you see me in HHN. So
yeah, he's going to need that liquid courage to get through some of these houses, though.
He will. Booked our trip. I'm looking at both screens here so I can read comments. It's a little bright to look up this way. So booked our tickets for Christmas. Can't wait for Grinchmas. And you're sad you're missing HHN. I know it's sad to have to make those changes and stuff, but Grinchmas, fantastic. In fact, I'm already keeping an eye out for when they release dates for like Breakfast with the Grinch because it's so fun. It's so fun. It's totally worth it.
Jody says she needs to know her strategy with John.
Oh,
because
what's our
she's
strategy?
Got 3 nights.
Also, we've been asked a question if we're related.
I also need the strategy that you're going to use for John. I also.
Without revealing too much to Big John.
Really, our big focus with John is to try to get as much done in the first 2 nights as we can so that the third night we can kind of go back, hit the things that we like, kind of avoid some of the stuff we don't like or that John doesn't really like. So it's really going to be hitting Stay and Scream, utilizing Stay and Scream as much as possible, and then
get the full experience.
Get the full experience so that we can hit Nightmare Fuel early in the night, and then hopefully get all 10 houses done on that Wednesday night, and then be able to enjoy Thursday, Friday, or use Thursday for the alibi of the houses we didn't get done.
A couple key pieces that John can mention too also is that we have encouraged him to also have Express Pass. Somebody asked in the chat, what tickets did we buy? We have different tickets than what Big John purchased. We did
the Rush of Fear with Express. John kind of piecemealed his together. He did the Rush of Fear, and then had already purchased Express Passes.
Yeah, that was a mistake that got corrected.
Okay, figured it out.
We figured it out. But what tickets did I get? I forgot.
You got the Rush of Fear.
That's right.
Which is good for September, and the first opening night and weekend throughout in September. The nice thing about those multi-night tickets are that depending on how many days you're looking to go to HHN, if you're going for like more than 3 days or around that 3-day mark, it's going to make sense to get the multi-night ticket versus individual night tickets, which I believe is what John purchased initially, right?
No, I did not. I didn't have any tickets actually to go to HHN. I only had
Good point.
Yeah. So
that's a learning moment there. So John, actually, you're right. You purchased Express Passes to begin with.
Thinking I was good.
And no daytime ticket or no HHN admission.
Yep.
And so it was a really good learning experience there to make sure that if you're going to HHN, you actually have your admission ticket. And if you want Express, to add those on additionally, right?
John, we're going to let you answer this one. Are we related?
Ben raised me as a wee little pup. Me as a wee little pup. And then I grew to be the strong man that I am.
We are not, the three of us are not related.
We're not related. As John kind of said, John, I don't remember when you got to battalion, but John was one of my first, was my first private. I think
I was the first.
When I was a team leader in regiment. And so he's grown up throughout the career, kind of under me, and it's been fun to watch him grow. He actually lived with us for
during
2 years.
I was going to ask at work because I wasn't married until May.
You moved in around that time.
March. So how did I live with you I mean, I was basically at your house every day anyway. So
yeah, you were over there.
Like,
and there was basically free food. So yeah, it just made sense. And so John came and lived with us for a while. He and I watched a lot of trash TV together, and yeah.
One of my favorite stories.
Oh my goodness.
About trash TV and John.
Yeah.
John failed to understand that a lot of times when The Bachelor or The Bachelorette comes out, they release pretty much who wins on the blogs and stuff like that. But we would always bet Blizzards on who would win or who get kicked out. And I would always just look them up ahead of time, so I'd always win Blizzards, but John never figured it out until later on in life. But
I kid you not, I didn't know that until you told me.
Yeah. Not that ago. We have a couple questions here, Ben. If we're going to the August Orlando Informer meetup.
Not currently. There is quite a bit of uncertainty right now with my career and stuff like that.
That sounds so frightening.
It does, but like I might be getting medically retired from the military, or hopefully medically retired from the Army, just based off of how rehabbing from the knees going, not going all that well.
So Ben's kind of at the beck and call right now of taking care of some appointments and things, and so we weren't able to commit to the August meetup. We know, or we feel really good about being able to go to the November meetup, so we were able to book those and kind of plan in advance. But August was just a little too soon for us to turn around, and also I'm excited for everyone that goes to the August meetup. However, I'm okay with not being in the heat of August in Orlando.
Bad. August would be so bad.
So sweaty. Steven asked, what is the premiere Scream Night? I think you mean it's premium Scream Night. It's the first time that Universal is offering basically almost a preview of Halloween Horror Nights before the official night one. It's supposed to be limited capacity, free included food. I know we always get in that debate of free food, free lanyards, stuff like that. Staggered entrances to the house, so like you should be ideally the only party going through the house.
I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case, but it will be much less busy when you're going through the house.
And so hopefully we'll get every house done, get some scares, get some food, and kind of scope out what houses we like prior to HHN official night one.
I like the comment that Sal put in the chat as far as just last week, Universal started selling tickets for locals where you can do Islands and Universal Studios as many times as you want until December 18th for just $200. So if you're local down there and you don't have those tickets and you're looking to be able to visit, those are very good tickets to be able to purchase right at this point.
The other part is for the premium Scream Night, at least for us, is we're meeting up with some friends beforehand and we're going to go get some food, and it'll be a great time because we think one of the most important things for Halloween Horror Nights is like what we're doing with John, Scream Squad. And a number of you that are on this are also at HHN while we're there. Some of you that aren't able to make it live right now but are planning on being at HHN, we're excited to go through houses with you guys as well. So did I just see Sully in the side there? I think I did. There, John's dog's on the call as well. Priorities. But we're really excited to go through houses with people because that's one of our favorite things. Hi, Sully. At HHN is just being able to go through and enjoy houses. Like, you guys will hear me scream if you go through houses with us, but we have such great laughs afterwards. It's such a great and fun experience. So we're very jazzed. If you guys are at HHN while we're there, or you think you might be, let us know. We're excited to go and see you all at HHN. John, we have a question. What is your most anticipated house so far? Why?
I hate those movies, first of all.
Why do you hate them?
Yeah, why do you hate them?
Are they bad, or you hate them because they're scary?
I hate them because they're scary. Like, I always think like, oh, this one's going to be lame, and it's not, and I don't like that.
Okay.
Second, I would say I'm interested to see how they do A Quiet Place. I'm just more curious on that one.
Yeah.
Like, worried about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't first movie.
You didn't like the movie?
No, I didn't mind it. I know Ben doesn't, but whatever.
That nail gets me every time.
I didn't mind the first movie, so I'm very curious to see how they like treat it, because I assume that haunted houses are loud, right?
Yeah.
and everyone's screaming and everything, I just feel like it's going to be really weird.
It's going to be different. Universal podcast is up about A Quiet Place. If you haven't listened to it yet, you should go listen to it. All of you, if you haven't listened to it, because it gives you a very good idea of how they've built this house and what they're doing, and it's going to be different than typical houses where you don't normally have quieter houses. There's still going to be some ambiance noise. There's still going to be some background. Like if you're at a farm and it's supposed to be quiet, there's going to be like crickets and chirping and humming and all of that going on. And on top of it, you can choose to go through the house and try to stay quiet and hope that the monsters don't get you. So I don't know if I can guarantee that I'll be able to stay quiet. I'll try, but I can guarantee John's going to scream.
The house is going to kind of react to what you give it.
Right.
That's kind of the, right.
Go ahead, John.
For you to be quiet, that's kind of the point of that, right?
You can, yeah. And so like what the podcast says is like, you can basically choose whether you're going to be quiet or that you're going to be loud, and the scare actors and
they'll find you
will react accordingly. I'm sure that we'll be kind of seeing if you can actually be quiet, but
look through twice and we'll just test out both.
Yeah, for sure. Another reason to have Express. Christy, thank you so much. We are very stoked for HHN. Ben, what's your top house? Which one are you most excited for? Because I know which one I am.
Yeah, so top one for me is A Quiet Place. Really because of the creative aspect of that, basically choose your own adventure. I think like that sort of element could be super cool and super unique, and something that they can try in future houses even, of like kind of like what they did with Dueling Dragons, how you could choose a path, and then it's like, but then it's going to react accordingly. So I think kind of tested some waters of future elements that they could add to houses. And
rumor has it that the nail will be in the house somewhere. So I'm excited to find that and see it. The house that we have the same top 3 houses that we're looking forward to the most. The house that I guess I'll just say I'm most scared to go through. So that's my top one, because I rate it based off what scares me most to what seems to scare me least, is Insidious. That's my top house at this point. Those movies, similarly to John, like they're frightening. They're absolutely frightening. And the particular, are they even demons? Is that what we would call them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The demons in those movies, going through a dark house where you can't see what's coming, those things are just they're gonna make me pee my pants. Like, it's gonna get me. So that's my top one, but I'm also very curious about Quiet Place. And then the other house that's in my top 3 and your top 3 is Monstros of Latin America, because just those stories about those monsters are
creepy.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, and I think we're going to see some crazy good makeup, costume designs. The bird woman, whatever her name is,
animatronics.
Yikes! I think it's going to be a rough house in a good way. So
Jonathan will be there at HHN August 29th. If you're there.
Yeah.
Let us know.
We'll
be there.
We will. There are quite a few podcasts out currently. We have Goblin's Feast out. We have The Quiet Place out. We have Monsters of Latin America out. They just released it. We have Major Sweets out. What's the newest one that they released that I haven't had a chance to listen to yet?
Goblin's Feast.
Oh, Goblin's Feast. Yes. So I'm excited for all those podcasts, because we've already listened to all of them but Goblin's Feast that are out at this time, but they're going to keep releasing those. And so excited to kind of listen to them, and then on our way down, I guarantee you, we will re-listen to all of them, just getting hyped for the houses.
So, for the HHN pros that are in the chat and tuning in, what is one thing that you think John needs to know prior to going for his first time?
Ooh, that's a good question. Throw that in the chat. Tell John what he needs to know.
I have one. Explain the what are they called? The
scare zones?
Scare zones, yeah. Explain how that works, because I picture just like random guy jumps out scares. Like, it's like a whole scene, right?
Yeah. So the scare zones are sections of the park that are themed. There's props, there's scare actors that you have, I want to say have to, but you pretty much have to walk through where, like, again, it's kind of like a scaled down house, honestly, in terms of like the props, the scares, and you will still get.
There are working scare actors in those spaces. And as you go through them, you can enjoy it, see the ambience, but there will be scare actors coming and approaching you. There will be some that are like located in specific spots because there will be particular scares that can happen, or lighting, screams, things like that can take place. And they're all just really uniquely themed.
Mhm.
So what we'll get this year will not be something that we've seen in prior years. They're all going to be new, and they're all going to be kind of just fresh for everybody that goes through, which is very exciting. So some good information in the chat. You, John.
Wear
some
comfy
tips.
shoes.
Wear comfy shoes.
Bring a couple pairs of shoes just in case it rains. There is corn, faux corn.
John doesn't know what that means.
I know, but the HHN pros do.
Yeah. Number one, John, it's tradition. It will probably rain the first day. Yeah. So thankfully, John won't be there on night one. So hopefully he doesn't have to deal with that. But we will. We are packing at least 2 pairs of shoes so that way we're not walking around all soggy. It's going to be fun. I think my thing with John that I'm most looking forward to, and also kind of capturing on tape as best as we can, is Ben and I will have already been through all the houses by the time he gets there. So one of the other pieces that we're going to approach with them is to basically stack the houses in a way to set him up to have the best experience possible in going through houses.
Possible.
Yes, I think that we will make sure that his night is primo by the time we're going through houses.
Well.
Yes. So comfortable shoes and a change of socks. That seems to be a big thing in the chat going on right now. Yeah, it's an experience.
Christy says, expect the unexpected. Clear those corners. Clear those corners, John.
The scared actors will come right up to you and even follow you through it. So the more scared you are going through a scare zone, the more those scare actors do like to work with you.
Not that I would, but can you avoid them? And 2, like how long of a scare zone am I talking? Like 50
Good question.
meters?
So think about the sections of the park. Like you have the Hollywood section, you have the New York section, you have the section around Richter area. Basically, the scare zones take up those sections. So we'll typically see a scare zone in Hollywood. We'll see scare zones in most of the sections of the park. Right now, expecting Hollywood, the very front area, kind of like by Minions. I'll be curious if they move it back this year in front of the Minions area, or if they'll keep it up closer to the very entrance. But they take up a good amount of space. And yes, you kind of can avoid it by walking around the outside. But we're not going to do that.
We ain't going to do that. We're
not going to do that. So, yeah, it's going to be so fun. Additionally,
right.
What was that?
Brian's right. They're going to set me up for failure.
No.
Never.
Failure is a relative term when it comes to HHN.
What kind of food do we think would be at HHN this year that's related to houses? I think
something with marshmallows from Ghostbusters.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I think we're gonna see something themed around Major Sweets, particularly like in the tribute store or something of that nature. I think it'd be pretty fun to have something themed around Taffy, which is the new character that we're supposed to see in the Major Sweets house. Whether it's actual Taffy or something that looks like it, not unusual there.
If I'm a betting person, Goblin's Feast could have some very interesting food, just based off the idea of like it being a kind of a banquet for goblins and orcs and fanciful creatures.
Jordan, I want to give you a shout out. Congratulations for getting cast in Scare Zone 4. I'm stoked. And if you're working during the night, we're there.
Let us know your set times.
We're excited to see you. So excited. And I expect great scares out of you, my friend.
An Insidious burger. Ghost peppers on the Insidious burger.
Oh my. Will it still have a red bun like last year's Blutter burger? Because that kind of goes with the red door in Insidious. That could be curious.
Interesting.
That could be very curious. A red. Whatever that means. But John wearing your... First off, what are you going to wear the first night of HHN?
Well, I'm debating. Well, I have 3 Jurassic Park shirts. I gotta expand my.
And that.
But I thought about bringing that shirt y'all bought me.
Oh, the button up.
Yeah.
We did say that you should at least bring it for your trip.
That'll be highlighted in the scare zones.
Should we get John a shirt? Should we get him a shirt that says like "Scare me, scare this guy"?
Maybe we buy him a shirt and we don't tell him what it is until we get down there.
What would encourage people to come from him? Like
you
know how
people,
Disney
shirt.
You know how people have the shirts that point and say like "I'm with stupid." Not that we have that, but give me like he's the scaredy
first
cat,
timer.
and then like first timer, yeah, like.
I'm sure they make that.
HHN noob.
Okay, what else do we have here? Insidious burger, we talked about that. Lovely. Some liquid nitro incorporated into Ghostbusters. I can see that. That'd be kind of neat. That'd be really neat.
A Blumhouse food booth would be cool.
You
could take that a lot of places though too. Like just because like that scare zone is just Blumhouse, and so like so many ways you could take that.
I like Steven's idea of a shirt that only shows writing in blacklight, so John doesn't know what's actually on it until he's in a house or something, or in a scare zone.
Let's not do that one.
That's great.
That's a great one.
You know, we could get it made. We have time. There is still time. Don't scare me. I'm 7 years old. He's just a giant 7-year-old.
Brian said something about slime looking pudding or mousse. That could be. So we talked about that for the tribute store.
Yep.
How you could have slime as part of like the treats in the tribute store, and like how we were kind of a little disappointed that wasn't a thing in the tribute store this summer.
Mr. Disney King says, will John make it until the end of the night for HHN?
Yeah, absolutely.
But the real question is, will we get him to wake up for EPA the next morning and really make him get the full meal deal of what incorporating HHN and the parks truly feels like?
I would have to get more than coffee for breakfast, but I think, well, I don't know, because if I do Velocicoaster, Hagrid's, and then Forbidden Journey, I'm throwing that up. That's
the rest of EPA.
It just needs to be enough to get you to the booth to check in the morning. That's all you need. And then once you're in the...
Honestly, I could do it. Yeah.
You think you can do it? Okay. We'll hold you to it. We will.
I'm not going to. You guys have fun. I'm going to be sleeping.
You're going to be busy editing.
Sleeping.
All right.
You catch me by the pool at Hard Rock.
Ooh, I like the Thing 1, Thing 2 shirts, which we have Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Maybe we can get John a Thing 3 shirt.
Yeah, we've talked about that as well. He's Thing 3.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yes, they do. Your size? I don't know. We'll find out, though. We'll make it work.
That's mean.
Jonathan, the HHN Premium is replacing the Taste of Terror this year. Yeah, that was kind of our thought. Like, Taste of Terror did okay last year. I don't think it did as well as Universal thought it would. So they're trying something else. I'm surprised they're still not sold out of Premium Scream Night.
Very shocked about that.
But
it's so like minimal amount of tickets, or it's expensive. It's gonna be interesting. Another thing in the chat here says Hagrid's. John, when are we hitting up Hagrid's during your trip? Is it gonna be an early morning thing, end of the day thing, midday? What do you want to do?
It's gonna be that Wednesday.
That Wednesday?
It's gonna be that Wednesday morning.
What was that? Timer.
We are gonna go to EPA the first night. Get the rides out of the way, or first day. Sorry.
Okay.
EPA.
Okay.
Sorry. Get Hagrid's out the way because we'll never get on that, and I'm not waiting for that line. I'm just not gonna do it. So we'll get that out the way.
Yeah. Because it's a must for you, right? You don't get to ride it all that often when we go.
Yeah, I only get to ride it once, so we're just gonna knock it out first thing, first day, and just call that good.
Fair. Who knows? Maybe we'll have some short wait times during the weekdays when we go, and we can bust on it a couple times. So
Brian went to Croissant Moon Bakery last week, and there were great looking breakfasts. Yes, Croissant Moon is one of our favorite breakfast spots. Between the juices, the muffins, the sandwiches, people just breeze by Croissant Moon, and it's don't sleep on Croissant Moon for breakfast.
Although we're like busy running to the back of the park.
Power
Walking.
walking.
Yes. Heel toe, folks. Heel toe. So I'm going to open it up because you guys have been awesome in the chat so far. But like, what other questions do you have for Ben and I, John? What would you guys like to talk about tonight? What do you want to know? We've been already going and just ranting for 30 minutes.
Javier says, what scare zone is John looking forward to?
The question is, does John know the scare zones?
John know the scare zones.
I was trying to quickly Google that before you answered it. I was hoping that you were going to keep talking.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
You're shaking our thing.
I'm going to need you to tell me what the scare zones are again.
Ben's pulling them up right now as we go.
It's the fair.
Okay. In the meantime, we have another question for you while Ben pulls them up.
You've got duality
Never
of
mind.
fear.
We're jumping right into it.
Duality of fear, demon queens, torture fair, swamp of the undead, and Blumhouse.
I think Blumhouse, just because I'm for some reason always like really like their movies, even if they're lame. I don't know why. I didn't know that.
Okay, I think another question that I have for you, John, is how much are you looking forward to Nightmare Fuel's Nocturnal Circus show? Because you have watched Nightmare Fuel from years past with us at home, but you've never experienced it. How do you feel about it so far?
I'm very curious on, one, if it's the same show, or two, if they mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I am very... And
what part of it are you most excited for? Like
the free part of it.
The free part?
Yeah, the free part of it. You know what I'm saying?
July event. Let's see. For the first night of HHN, which way will we go for duality of fear?
Both.
Yeah, we'll probably go both and just see what
see what it's about. Especially on the premium Scream night. Like, yeah, we're just exploring.
Oh, and yes, John will most likely go first through every single house.
Yeah, John is going to be
that we take him. Since we've already we gotta let him have the full experience.
That's not fair.
Well, it could also be that Ben or I lead the pack and just set you up for the scare.
We just run through the house and leave him.
Like, because by that point, we'll know where the actors are coming from to be able to be like, oh, we need to pause for a second.
John, you're on your own.
Okay, now go. Like, so no matter what, it's going to be good, John. It's going to be good. So
I have a question. What do y'all do as like a break? Like y'all hit a house or two and y'all like...
What's a break?
What's a break?
Okay, no breaks. Okay, got it. Got it.
We're either in line for a house, we're going through a scare zone, or we're in line for a show.
We can grab water as we head from one place to another at Duff Brewery. But there's no stopping, and by the end of your experience, you will be a shell of a human. But we'll send you home like that. You're just exhausted. It's great.
When am I gonna eat?
You'll bring snacks.
Snacks. You want to wait in line forever?
No, but if I see a short one, we hop in.
John, is your wife going to be joining you?
No. She doesn't do this thing called scary. You know what I'm saying?
For
Mickey's not
DreamWorks Land. And Shrek meet and greet, right?
Which is so great.
If I see anybody in this chat, remind me I need to buy a Shrek shirt for my wife. Don't let me forget, because I know Ben.
Yes.
So if you see me, remind me.
Okay.
We got a question of how's the house hunting going? Will we make a garage apartment for John to visit?
Yes.
John will probably have a bedroom for you.
Let's be real. Yeah, house hunting, we haven't really... we're not in a place yet to pull triggers, but we have been looking a lot and finding different areas that we
kind of nailed down a little bit.
That we are enjoying as like finding houses that all right, that could work if that's still there when it won't be there. But finding the areas that we would be like want to go and move to, we're doing a better job at that at this point and feeling good about it.
I've already bought it.
John's got Express, so that we'll all be together.
What's the September pass called? Cost? My niece wants one, and I told her that I'd get her one.
Yes.
For her birthday. So it's the Rush of Fear pass, which is good for the first 4 weeks of the event. You can get it with or without Express Pass. I think without was like 180 pre-tax, and then with was just under $600. That was pretty much, I think, with tax.
And I think Rush of Fear does still have Express Pass available. There are a few of the multi-night tickets that do not have Express available anymore.
I think they're trying to push people to this premium before they drop any more.
Yes. Let's see. You got a cheer squad saying you got this, John, just so you know. You got backup. Like, people are excited for you to do this.
Steven, break time is line time for the next house or walking to the next house.
Or also, another good comment, your break is at 2 a.m.
Facts.
When your head when you go back to the hotel room and your head hits the pillow, that's break time.
My thing is, like, we get back to the hotel at we get kicked out at 2 a.m., right? And by the time we get back to the hotel, and by the time, like, I dump footage, it's like
3:30,
4 o'clock, and I'm like,
time to take a nap. Time to take a nap before you get back up. We have learned the hard way that doing EPA following a night of HHN really is difficult. We've done it before. It's not something we advise people to do. It is exhausting. And then even if you do EPA, go back to your hotel room or go back home and take a nap and then come back for HHN the next night if it's an HHN night.
Dark ride.
Hi. Thanks for joining.
How many times did we go to HHN last year? Javier went 25 times. We did not go that many.
That's so
I
cool.
want to say 8?
6, 7?
7? 8?
Yeah.
Something like
that.
It
was
something
close.
like that.
You guys should have food and drink people that pass you stuff as you rush by like they do in marathons.
Have a team.
John, here you go.
Have a team basically set up. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be really funny. But like part of it is that it does take quite a while to stand in some of the lines for food booths.
That's how they get you.
It takes away from some of the scare time, I guess.
Mr. Disney King, thank you for actually looking it up and throwing it in the chat. 180 pre-tax. 610 before taxes.
Yeah. They have a video up for hitting the parks and tips tricks. We do. Yeah. Is this John's first ever Halloween event with houses and scares? John, have you done any sort of like scare haunted house events before?
Not a real one. I've only done like school related ones. I think I've been to one actually haunted house, which wasn't that scary. So
this will be
the first, kinda.
Are you nervous?
I'm not going. I'm just going to cancel everything right now. Stand by while I cancel.
I hope you're not making other people nervous to go.
People are like, I don't know about this. Like Jody's on here, John.
Yeah, Jody's
Jody's first HHN this year too.
Yeah, Jody, in the chat, if you're available to tell us what you're most excited about and also what you're most nervous about. If you're feeling comfortable to share that with us,
she's going with Ryan and Dark Ride.
Yes. What else do we have here?
Javier says to enjoy the rides, even though it's HHN, it's still a theme park. Enjoy Mummy and Transformers.
Although I expect that Transformers does have to shut down earlier in the night.
Yeah,
that is a key thing, especially with like Orlando Informer in a late night event like HHN. They do have to empty that queue by a certain time of the night because it's a big ride and it's loud.
Plus, we got to hit Death Eaters with John too. So there's your race too.
Not officially announced, but they have started to see some of the signs of setup in Diagon Alley at this point. So we presume to expect Death Eaters will be at HHN again this year. John, do you have a wand so that you can duel with them?
No, we're on a budget.
John, are you going to put on even though you're a Hufflepuff, are you going to put on a Dark Mark?
With me?
I'm going to bring a remote and then a wand, right?
You can. I have 2 wands. You can borrow one of mine.
I don't borrow from Slytherins, but all right, cool. Yeah. Are you going to put are you going to put a Dark Mark on?
No. But maybe.
What?
Maybe.
What? So you're a Hufflepuff that's going to be a death? You're a spy.
Okay.
You know
what I'm saying?
You're a spy for the Dark Lord.
Gone rogue.
Yep.
A little bit.
Now, I do have a lot of Dark Marks, and I'm going to have some of them with me. So if you need one and you run into me, I might have one to hand out if someone
We're gonna sell them for $20 a pop to fund my trip. $20.
Although I don't think they sell the dark marks in the parks.
Mm-mm.
So
you got an airbrush that one year.
Yeah, but then the second year they didn't have the airbrush template, and so thankfully one of our buddies, she was able to give me one of her dark marks, and so I put it on. But I've stocked up. You can get them on Amazon. We have them linked on our Amazon. What's it called? Amazon storefront of like a pack of like 20 for $5 or a pack of 30 for $5, and so it's a way to go. Bring your own.
Erica, are we staying on property for any HHN nights? If so, and why? So we are staying at Hard Rock, really because
we are.
John is staying at Cabana Bay.
Yep.
Well, John will be staying with us for one night.
Right.
So John's kind of staying at Hard Rock, but
really
because it's the closest to studios.
We planned this year out knowing our trips and what it would generally look like for us. And so we stayed at some of the less expensive hotels on property prior and throughout the remainder of the year so that we could save some money and enjoy a longer stay at Hard Rock, especially with the convenience of a 5-minute walk to the park. We just really like the idea of getting done with a night of HHN and just being at our hotel very, very quickly. And fingers crossed that it'll help Ben by the time we get done filming for the first 2 nights of HHN to get back to the hotel room and start editing right away.
John, are you excited for your Cabana Bay stay? That's the first time you've been to Cabana Bay.
Yeah.
Is it? I forgot where we stayed last time.
We stayed at Aventura with you last time.
But one of you is going to have to escort me back because I'll be kind of nervous, kind of scared.
Yeah, they're going to be jumping out of the bushes. Could you imagine? Like HHN, and then because you're still on property, I guess they still could theoretically scare you, and they've got team members that are just hiding in the bushes for your walk back.
I feel like you should run up ahead on the path, and I'll hold John back and be like, I gotta run to the restroom. Hold up, don't worry. Ben's headed back to the hotel, and you head up on the path to Cabana Bay just to jump out and get him on camera.
That'd be something.
Yeah, we're friends. Don't worry, guys. We're not that mean to him. We're not that mean at all the time. Danny and Jeremy are genuinely nervous for this year. It's going to be a spooky one. I agree.
That Insidious house is going to be dark.
I agree.
Dark.
I'm curious if the Insidious house or even the Quiet Place house will live up to Exorcist Believer from last year, because Exorcist Believer last year was not only frightening, but also the smells in that house were disgusting. So it was so well done of just the whole sight, smell, sound, all of it. And so I'm curious, especially Insidious. I think they will have a lot to take in.
Jennifer, thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining, Jennifer. Yay. Thank you for making it to our live. Welcome. What else? You guys have been just busting the chat. I appreciate it. This is great. How many times have we been to HHN? This is Javier's 6th year.
Whoa. More than us.
3. This will be our 3rd year.
3rd year, yeah.
We've watched a lot of HHNs from states away. Ben has been deployed during a number of HHNs, so we weren't able to make it. But this will be our 3rd year, and we truly loved the whole event. Ben did not think that was the case the very first time we went. It was a rough go. I was very scared.
Yeah, so John, just for reference, the first time I went through a house, I was quite concerned that we had just wasted all the money for staying for a week, going to HHN for a week. I was like, she's done. We're not going to go through another house.
One, done, and get out of there.
I was like, it was that shaking for her.
I said a lot of choice words. It was bad. But I loved it. It was great. It was an experience, the very first house we ever went through. But will we be doing a behind the screens tour?
We are. Yes. We will be doing the 3 house. We've done both the 3 house and the 6 house before. The 6 house is a long day.
It's great.
It's great,
we get to see
but
a lot.
It is a long day. And so we chose the 3 house really because it allows us to enjoy some behind the scenes, see it with some details, and then still have a lot of the afternoon to kind of recover and get ready for more fun activities.
Yes. And the behind the screens, I appreciate the artistry of the houses so much and seeing all those details. But it's also just kind of like a nice chill time for us because we can't really film in those houses. We can say like, hey, we're doing this experience, but you're not going to see much. So we'll take photos of it. They'll allow you to take photos in particular rooms, which is really cool. But it's just it's hard to do content creation of that experience in particular. So it's kind of a small break for us before we get back to it.
John, what made you decide that you were gonna finally go to HHN?
I was forced into it.
You're like, I'm doing it for Fudge Factor.
I was threatened with my friend card being revoked.
little man in the woods.
I flaked
Nobody
him.
knows what that means.
It's okay.
Yeah. Hi, Sean. Thanks for joining. Glad to have you here. How are the regular ride lines during HHN, and how many rides are left open?
They're really short.
They're very short.
You will still, every now and then, it will get long just because they might pull certain carts off for maintenance and stuff like that. So the number of cars running might be more limited. Mummy's open, MIB's open, Rip Ride's open, Transformers is open.
Yep.
Gringotts. Do understand though, like we said earlier, that some of the rides do have to close prior to midnight just due to local noise ordinances.
Unfortunately, Fast and Furious is closed during the event.
Darn.
Yeah.
John. But
we're going to stop. We're going to stop with the Fast and Furious hate. Okay? Everyone, that is a great ride. Queue.
The pre-show is great. The pre-show is great.
The queue is fantastic.
I'd rather walk through the queue.
Let's see. Caffeine and liquid courage is a must.
Facts.
We completely agree.
Javier, what was our first HHN house? Legends Collide.
I will never forget.
Solid choice of a first house.
Never forget it. Oh my goodness, that was just an absolutely terrifying house. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And I wasn't even leading the two of us. I was behind Ben like this, behind his backpack with my head down. It was intense. Ben, do you have anything special or new that you'll be doing for HHN videos? And are you able to chat or talk about any of the HHN actors? Assume you're not.
Anything new with filming? No, not with the filming. Maybe with some editing stuff. Not really with the filming part. I think we'll still try. Like I'll still try new things, try different angles, try different lenses, different things like that to try and get some fun shots. We
have a new challenge video that we're going to give a go this year.
That'll be interesting.
Excited to give that a shot and see how the challenge goes, who has to do what. And then just in general, some of the things that we're really pumped about for our friends that are working at HHN. We are ecstatic about Nightmare Fuel and Nocturnal Circus. And we were jazzed to see Fuel Girls have officially announced they will be back. There's not a lot to be said about all of the details of any of that yet, just because they can't release details. And so
we'll catch up with our normal friends that are scare actors and things like that. They'll send us set times and whatnot, just so that because they're putting on a great show, so we want to make sure that we get some good footage of them.
Yes,
because we know that they really do enjoy it to see their work.
Yes, so very jazzed there, very very jazzed. Transformers and Gringotts closes early. Correct. In fact, speaking of that, it reminds me of an upcoming video we're dropping tomorrow.
OI, John. Another OI video.
For those of you who are excited to watch our new video tomorrow, we will be riding all of the rides during the Orlando Informer meetup.
We'll try to.
I think I have to say that there's an asterisk by all, but we gave ourselves a challenge to ride all the rides during a night of OI. And so we're excited. Ben's been editing up until today to finish that video because it was quite an endeavor. And so you guys will get to see us give that a go tomorrow when it launches at 10 a.m. Eastern, if I remember correctly. So,
how many times does Nightmare Fuel perform? They 4 times a night.
So much throughout the entirety of the event.
4 times a night.
4 times a night. I think their first one typically starts at 8 a.m. We'll see if it sticks with that. Sorry, 8 p.m. It's an early show. No.
We'll see.
They might change it up. Who knows? It might drop down to 3. They do a lot of work. It's exhausting just watching all of the work and dancing and everything. So, but they typically do 8, 9, 10, 11, I think is what they've done in years past. I'm stoked for them.
Non-HHN question for you, John. What are you excited about to do during the daytime?
Honestly, I need to redeem myself. Last time I was there, I was really I got food poisoning. Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I got food poisoning, and I didn't get to ride. I didn't get to enjoy the rides that I actually wanted to enjoy because of said food poisoning. And so,
Right.
Spider-Man,
Uh-huh.
got to knock that one out. Transformers, I think I was seeing cross-eyed in that one.
I do every time.
What I'm not going to do is the little spinny thing that Ob likes to do. And
Storm Force is excellent.
And if anyone in this chat wants a free butterbeer, Ben and Ob are going to pay for us to chug them together. So,
Ooh,
Okay.
I'll agree with that one.
Deal.
Deal.
But we get to record it.
Absolute deal.
I will buy you and somebody else a free cold butterbeer.
Not frozen. We're not doing frozen. I'm sorry. You can't do
Frozen?
it. Frozen. I mean, not frozen. Cold. We'll do cold.
Okay. And then we ride Green Dots. No, then we ride Forbidden Journey.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
We can't do that to the team members. Nobody needs a protein spill to clean up. Like, that's just not. Yeah. Let's see. Are we gonna go to Volcano Bay when we're at HHN? We're not planning on it this time. We have done quite a few visits to Volcano Bay this year for us, in fact. But
it's probably the first time we've gone this year that we haven't gone to
Volcano Bay. It's true. No, we're not planning on hitting up Volcano Bay this visit. Maybe in another one later, but for now, gonna take a break from Volcano Bay. We do plan on having a day where we just kind of have a break from filming, just because Ben and I are there for so long. Go explore the area, especially for house hunting purposes and things like that. So
Jennifer Moss is calling you out, John. Food poisoning looked more like a weak stomach.
You are very correct, Jennifer.
Yes.
Very correct.
Lack of intestinal fortitude.
Yes, exactly.
Day one.
Oh my goodness. Eating too much food is not food poisoning. John Deere says April.
April,
my mom. Yeah, it could have been like the extra cup of popcorn and the turkey leg and all of those things that led up right before you got on those rides. Could have been.
It was the two center of the roll Cinnabon thingies,
which are delicious.
They are good.
They are delicious.
That's right to them, and then all of a sudden we chain rode a few rides and
chain rode like Hulk, Doom, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, yep. And I was closing my eyes the entire time in Spider-Man. So I got to rewrite.
Javier, yes, Ben and I do watch some of the documentary videos of HHN's prior, or even just the history at Universal of former rides and different things like that. We love those types of videos. Mainly just like we like seeing what things were, what they've turned into, why did they change, and learning about how stuff has happened in the past. And I really like when we're able to see the kind of like connections and links from prior HHNs and storylines that were in years past and bringing them forward to today. So I'm curious if we'll see anything like that at this HHN, or if we'll be kind of like a very fresh, brand new year.
Erica, she wonders what food will be at the new DreamWorks stand. Last year there were pizza fries. Yes, there were pizza fries as well as s'mores fries. So it'll be interesting to see if kind of that Kids Zone pizza area gets revamped to.
Personally, I hope they still have pizza fries.
Gotta have pizza fries.
The pizza fries were delicious.
A staple. It's a staple.
Yeah.
Which Stay and Scream are we planning on doing opening night? New York, probably.
Most likely.
New York tends to open up to the most houses. It usually opens up to 3 houses. They kind of stagger which house opens when. It's usually like a 15 to 30-minute interval. It'll change, but like last year it was like 15 minutes. And so you're able to get like 3 houses done pretty quick. And then if last year holds, then the New York opened to the Richterberger Stay and Scream. So you're able to basically knock out that one over by Richterberger. And so you were 4 houses deep by the time 6:30 rolled around, which was a huge win.
Yeah. For a question for all 3 of us, so this is one for you to think on, John, as Ben and I answer. No matter the time of year or the event, what food items or drink is a must for each trip? What is we have to get it, the one thing. What is yours?
Auntie Anne's pretzel bites.
It's so true. Ben loves the cinnamon sugar Auntie Anne's pretzel bites, which is hilarious because you could go to like a mall.
Oh, it's easy.
And get those.
Oh, they're so
funny.
good. They're so good.
What is mine?
Or buffalo tots. Buffalo tots are solid too.
Yeah, we don't get those every time.
No.
This is not within the parks, but it's in City Walk. Probably guaranteed that Ben and I will stop there. Will be Red Box, and we'll not share, but we'll get a lunch or a light lunch at Red Box. I really like their turkey sandwich with a bag of chips. Like,
I can tell you one thing that we're gonna do because John's at Cabana Bay.
Ooh.
We're getting a milkshake.
Going to that malt shop.
We're getting the malts.
Yeah.
Nightcaps.
Very well. We'll have Emac and Bolio's.
Emac and Bolio's it.
So yeah. I think a good stand-up is a matchup between Emac and Bolio's and the malt shop at Cabana Bay. Personally, I actually like the banana pudding ice cream better at Cabana Bay than the Emac and Bolio's ice cream options, but that could change this trip. Wait, John, do you have a must-grab food when we go to the parks? Free or not?
If we're doing City Walk, I'm going to say Toothsome. Because I haven't had the shake at Cabana Bay. And then 2, that cheesecake at the Jurassic Park place.
Ooh, the key lime pie cheesecake?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. But Tucson does have some bomb milkshakes, and during HHN season, we should see some seasonal food options at Tucson as like a milkshake flavor, at Voodoo Donuts for a donut option. Like, there's going to be some fun themed options as well to grab.
Jennifer asked if we are going to get the food at HHN to see. Yes, we'll have a whole video about all the HHN food, or not really all, but a lot of the HHN food and kind of where to get it in the parks.
Yes, yes. In fact, Stephen Hatton, thank you, because you're basically helping sponsor that video for us. We appreciate your support so much. So much. That video is going to be fun. I look forward to trying and tasting all the food. John, you missed out because you're not going to be there that night when we're filming it, but we'll be able to tell you which foods are worthwhile or not. So,
Bill's first meat. Sorry.
What are you going to say, John?
I don't really trust what y'all say anymore because 1, you said the Krusty Burger was trash. No, that's good. Okay. 2, we got to go to Mel's because I've been trying to go there, but y'all been kind of iffy about it.
Mel's is really good. We'll take you back to Mel's.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
Bill's first meetup will be in August.
Yay!
You're going to have a great time, Bill. The meetups are awesome. Try and stay cool as much as you can because I bet it's going to be toasty.
Pro tip, I guess, Bill, when you go to the Orlando Informer meetup, John was just talking about Mel's Drive-In. They have a fantastic like lemon berry pie. It's kind of like a lemon, it's kind of like a lemon bar, and it's got some berry flavor to it. But also, if you want a really quick Coke Freestyle fill-up, their Coke Freestyle machines there's a ton of them, and nobody's at them. So it's a really great way to grab some sort of a water, hydration, soda, Powerade. Nobody seems to be using those yet at Mel's, especially during the OI event. So just a quick tip for you if you're looking to find a way to grab something to drink really quickly.
Erica asks, do you think Chez Alcatraz will be open by opening or during HHN Hall?
I hope so, but I don't think it will be.
So I don't think the stand will be open. I think if the stand isn't ready to go by HHN, then they'll still have the tent set up to be able to do drinks and a zombie shark and things like that.
They have a tent currently, so they're still kind of operating as Chez Alcatraz, but it's not the main area that they're doing construction on. I have a feeling it won't be completed by then. I hope it is. It would clear up so much more space through there. But just time-wise and how, construction goes, I don't have high hopes for that. Yeah.
Surprised we didn't say a butterbeer or a ginger newt.
You know what? Ginger newt. If I'm staying in the park, it's probably going to be a ginger newt. That's a really good point.
That's a great point.
I do like butterbeer. I am not a fiend for butterbeer. But a ginger newt, like Ben could walk up with a ginger newt at any time and be like, oh, great. Sounds good. Like, very easy. Let's see.
Mel's gets refurbed, and it is the Mel's Dine. Yes, just during HHN, it'll be Mel's Dine.
Yeah.
Last year it wasn't open, but I think it was still getting it was still getting refurb last year. So we'll see if it.
I believe it should be open during at least the majority of the HHN event.
See.
So.
John, John's never had pizza fries, so this is gonna be. John is gonna get some pizza fries this year for sure.
He's had
pizza tots.
Oh, pizza tots. Okay, pizza tots.
Yeah. Yes.
We'll get him both pizza tots and s'mores, or sorry, pizza fries and s'mores fries.
The s'mores fries are so good because they're made with sweet potato fries. Yeah. So good. So good.
How often do the Death Eaters perform? So if it's like last year, it'll be every 30 minutes, and the show lasts about 20 minutes. So there'll be about a 10-minute break in between. It goes fast. Like
it does.
Like
and they're everywhere.
It feels like they're constantly out, honestly.
Because they go in Nocturne Alley as well, and they have kind of their setup. It's so cool.
It's very cool.
It's so cool. Okay. Have you ever tried dunking a ginger newt into hot butter beer? Maybe. Yes, maybe.
We have. I haven't.
I feel like
that sounds delicious.
If we haven't, we know a few people that say that it is the best thing because I've confirmed that with other people before, and I might be making up in my head going, yes, I wanted to try that, but I've heard great things.
Ben's asking if we are going to get the new HHN refillable cup.
Most likely.
Most likely. I will be hard pressed. I don't like the new lids.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Blinky cup.
We'll probably get it. Oh yeah, we're gonna get a Blinky cup.
Gotta have a Blinky cup, and I have to be able to bring it to Nightmare Fuel and like hold it in the air.
John, we're gonna have so much fun.
It's gonna be so fun.
Don't
forget to bring me one.
You're gonna get your own.
He wants the freestyle cup.
Yes, we will be bringing you an extra freestyle cup to utilize. One of ours.
And Body Glide.
Done.
And Body Glide.
That is a must for the packing list. Are all the shops open in Diagon Alley during HHN? Yeah, actually. I believe the majority of the shops, from what I recall, because I know Borgin and Burke's was running, and they might not be doing the wand experience in all of Anders, but I do believe the majority of the shops were still open during HHN.
And John will get to see. I don't think Sensational is going to be going on during HHN.
I don't think so.
On the website, it says it ends prior to HHN.
And currently, there has not been a Halloween Horror Nights Lagoon show announced. I am hopeful that there still might be a Lagoon show, especially with all of the work they've been putting in. But at this point, kind of similar to Death Eaters. Hi, Sully. At this point, they haven't announced a Lagoon show, but I definitely have hope that there might be one just because of like how helpful it is. So. Whew. This has been good, guys. This has been really good. It is about time to go get the pups since there's one on the screen. Ben's going to go get the dogs. We're going to wrap this up. If you guys have any other questions, I'll answer them. John will answer them while we're hanging out here before the pups rush us. I'll just move here. Yeah, John, what one thing are you looking forward to the most at HHN?
To be honest, I really don't know what to expect because what I think is going to happen is I'm going to go in one house and then just get absolutely destroyed and not want to do anything else. And so it's going to be interesting to kind of navigate just parks in general.
Oh yeah.
So I'm kind of just more curious than like, because I don't know what is there actually, I can only read so much and listen to you guys since y'all hear me wrong. But I'm just mainly just curious.
It's going to be fun. Worst case scenario, we'll just send you to go enjoy some of the food while we hit up houses if you get too scared. But
no, with as much as it costs, I'm hitting every single house twice sitting there.
Oh, for sure. Oh my God, here come the dogs. Come here, Lainey. Here come the pups. Come on, up. Oh, she's up, she's down. Come on, out of the way. All right. Oh, Lainey is here. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you, John, for joining us. Hi, baby. Let's not stand on the table. We will have another live in August at some point before we go. And if you haven't watched our video yet of our current preseason house rankings, it is live. Oh, Oh, goodness. It is live on YouTube, so check it out. And we will film a follow-up HHN House video after we go through them to give you guys our, like, actual rankings of what it's like. But for now, this is kind of what we think. So, John, any last words?
Just pray for me. You know what I'm saying? Just you know, keep me in your thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Put John in your thoughts and prayers, everyone. Wish him the best. Put a comment on this video once it's up and give John your support, and we will see you all in the fog.
Bye.
Bye. I think there we go.